In northeast Kansas lies the city of Atchison, one with a storied history and one with a haunting past. What goes on in this city? Is most of it haunted? Is there a demon at the Sally House? Does the ghost of Molly haunt Jackson Park? Or are there other spirits, friend and foe, that travel throughout the town? Join us today as we go over the Ghost of Atchison, Kansas.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to
Unknown,
Unsolved
unseen.
Triple U.
Woohoo.
Alrighty. Welcome back.
Yeah, we're at what is this episode
Oh
47?
my gosh. Should we introduce ourselves?
If you want, yeah. Well, no, I always say we introduce ourselves. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm Frank,
I'm Sage.
and I'm the lovely host, and she's the
Other lovely host?
sure.
Well, I guess today I'm a guest because it's your episode.
Yeah,
But
but you're always
either way.
helping. So today, before we get into anything, I'm going to go over some announcements once again. Check out our Instagram for events coming up throughout the country about paranormal and cryptid stuff, whether it's Mothman Festival, Carbondale UFO Festival, Paragons. There's stuff everywhere throughout the country going on. And we're talking about the United States, so sorry to our German, Canadian, United Kingdom, and our Australian and our trusty US Virgin Island listeners. Sorry about that, guys. So let me actually, I don't, with this new setup, I don't know how it works, so we're going to skip it today. I was going to put a ad for one of the podcasts in that we're doing stuff with, but I am struggling to figure out this new system we got because we have a whole brand new system. So no platforming today. Sorry about that.
We'll add it when we figure it out.
Yeah, but besides that, I think want to get into today's topic. Are you ready for it, Sage?
Yeah, already. Take it away.
All right, today we're taking it a bit easy and looking at a whole town of haunting.
A whole town.
Yeah, originally I was going to just do one place there, and then I found I didn't know if I could make a full episode on it, so I looked at the rest of the town, and this town has hauntings galore. I didn't even put them all in.
Is there like speculation as to why?
Some kind of.
Is it like a portal?
I'm thinking, you see what I'm doing with my hand?
Hmm.
Money, potentially. So if the town sees us, sorry, if I'm saying that, that's rude, but there's
It's always an incentive for something.
the tourism page, like the tourism department for this town leans heavily on the hauntings.
Mm. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I always take hauntings with a grain of salt. But today we're going to be heading to Atchison, Kansas. Do you know anything about this place?
No. Literally, the only thing I know about Kansas is that there's one highway that goes through and it's completely flat, and I drove it one time when I was like 7. Well, I didn't drive it, obviously. I was in the back seat, and it was the most boring drive of my life.
You sure you weren't driving at 7 years old?
I don't know. I could have been.
Look, you gotta excel.
Well, I was an excellent student.
Exactly. You might have been driving it and you just don't remember it.
That's fair. My mom might remember it, though, and that would be kind of terrifying.
With that being said, today we're going to be looking at Atchison, Kansas. This is a smaller city. I'll go a little bit into the history of it, not too much into
And
it.
it's a city, not a town?
Yeah, it's a city. Did you know PA only has one town?
No.
Yeah. Pretty sure Bloomsburg is the only town in PA.
That's fair. Mechanicsburg's a borough. Like, there's a lot of boroughs and townships.
York's a city. Lancaster's a city. A lot of places are villages, hamlets, boroughs, townships, whatnot.
I was gonna say it's mostly townships and
but
boroughs.
I believe there's only one town in Pennsylvania.
Do you think that's something they boast about?
Yes, they actually do, I believe, because I believe Bloomsburg has a sign that says the only town in Pennsylvania.
Wow, good for you, Bloomsburg. Just kidding, that's a beautiful area. Frank and I stayed there after we got engaged.
Only town in PA, Bloomsburg. Yep,
That's crazy.
yeah. See, look, here's the sign.
I love that they capitalized town,
That's just
as if
fun.
they really need to emphasize it.
That's crazy that PA only has one town.
Yeah, I wonder how that is for other states. Like if other states have more town. Like why do we have more town or no towns?
No idea.
But anyway,
So we're city folk here, despite our city being like when you compare it to a big city, it's laughable.
well, we do live in one of the most dangerous cities, though.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Yeah, yes.
So back to the haunting stuff here. Before I get into it, I do have some trigger warnings for everybody.
Good to know.
Talks of suicide, domestic violence, racism, racial violence, death, and slavery.
Okay. So if any of those things are things you don't want to hear about today, then we probably won't see you on next week's episode because I have a pretty rough one for us next week too. But maybe
Yeah,
check out 2 weeks from now.
yeah. At
But
least there's no death of any pets today.
that is good.
You know,
But proceed at your own caution. So,
crazy thing. There's a new movie coming out. I believe it's called Good Boy.
oh, is it about a dog?
Yes, it's a movie through the perspective of a dog.
Stop! I want to see that. Does it look good?
You don't want to see it.
Why?
It's a horror movie through the perspective of a dog.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's like a paranormal horror movie coming out in October,
So
but
like the
through the
dog
eye.
sees like all the shit that humans can't see.
I don't know if that's how it works or if it's just like the dog, like seeing stuff that the people aren't seeing at the time and like being more noticeable to everything. Everybody but I saw a place give it a 3.5 out of 5. Says definitely something to definitely check out. The dog does not die.
Well, at least it'll end up on the
Yeah.
doesthedogdie.com.
But
Like
she
the
put a
daily tale.
disclaimer out like, you know, sorry, I should have said spoiler warning, the dog does not die.
Why can't we have just a good movie from a dog's point of view about how much he loves his family, or she loves her
I'm
family?
pretty sure there are movies for that.
Not from their point of view.
Yeah, it isn't called A Dog's Way or something. And that more recent one that had I forget. But I'm pretty sure
Wasn't
that
there a
that
movie
movie
about
had
dogs with George Lopez
yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Dog's Way had like
where they
controversy where they like threw a dog into like raging water to film a scene.
That's not what I want though. Like I would love to put something inside of our dog's head so that we could hear his thoughts translated into English.
And what would he say?
I love my parents. They're so wonderful. My dad takes me for long walks, and my mom makes sure that I'm fed and gives me lots of cuddles and sleeps with me.
And what is he saying when he bites?
I'm really hungry. I have to shit, or I'm really tired.
Or just nom 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 nom.
I'm really hungry. I have to shit, or I'm tired.
Socks.
He
Yum.
does like socks.
Yeah.
Socks are great.
Crazy.
They're great for him at any point, but we usually tell him, like, no, they're off limits when they're on us. They're off limits when they're on.
No go zone. It's
And,
safe. It's on base. It's safe. Can't tag
yeah.
me there.
Stop! Don't touch me there. That is my
And I
nose
just thought
where.
of it just because the movie talked on the South track. If anyone's seen recently, another War of the Worlds movie came out. It is. I did not watch it, but I've seen rankings on the clips on how bad they are.
Do
I've
you
seen
like trust
clips.
that stuff every time though? Because I feel like sometimes like people do that and then like everyone has different opinions.
We're gonna watch the trailer of this after, and you're gonna see how fucking bad this looks. This is probably the worst movie I think
I don't
I've
know that I've
ever
ever
seen.
seen any of them.
Well, just it doesn't matter if it's War of the Worlds or not. You're gonna see this trailer, and you're gonna realize how fucking bad it is. I believe it's on Prime, and because of that, there's a scene where Ice Cube needs a hard drive
Oh,
and
that's
he's
right. You were telling me about
FaceTiming
this.
with this like his girlfriend's sorry, no, his daughter's boyfriend, and she's like and he's like, well, I work for Amazon. If you buy from Amazon, I can send you to a drone right away. He's like, what the drone? And he's like, oh, it's a future with Amazon. Drones can, and I'm like, holy fuck, propaganda in the movie. Amazon propaganda in the Amazon movie, but like the acting is so bad just in the trailer alone. Oh my god, it's just. And then I saw like clips of it, and it was worse than the trailer. Like you can tell they just threw a bunch of money at Ice Cube, and he did not give a shit about any of this.
All right. Well, take us back to this Atchison or whatever.
Atchison, yep.
Yeah.
So
Kansas.
let's go back to Atchison, Kansas, rather than our tangent. This is not that. And I'm going to give some history of Atchison first, not too much. I didn't want to bog us down in that the entire time because I've done that before, where, like the Roswell episode, I talked way too long about the history of Roswell when that was not relevant information.
I feel like
Well, some of it
usually
was.
there's some relevancy.
So Atchison is a city in northwest Kansas, near like the top right of it. It is the seat of Atchison County. It was founded in 1854 and was named in honor of Missouri Senator David Rice Atchison. Also, from what I can tell, he's a shitbag too.
Gross.
Atchison was a proud supporter of slavery and aimed to make Atchison in Kansas a pro-slavery stronghold.
Hold on. He was a senator for Missouri?
Yeah,
Okay.
and he wanted to make Kansas and Atchison, Kansas,
He was
pro-slavery
rich.
strongholds. Over the years, actually, that
What
did
year was
fail.
this?
1854.
Fuck this guy.
And yeah, so in the later years of slavery. But over the years, it failed, and Kansas was actually a Union state in the Civil War, and they armed
Oh, I did not know
themselves.
that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. But they armed themselves in preparation for Missouri potentially invading them. But Atchison eventually, like, abolitionists won and, like, got the town before the Civil War.
I was
Like, their
saying, like, I
elections.
kind of assumed that if it being in farther south, it would be with the South Confederacy.
Yeah, I thought so too. Like, I'm pretty sure. You know what? I won't double check. I'm gonna just take a look. Was Kansas a free state during the? Was it a Confederate state? That's just the fastest one. Let me see. Yeah, the state had formally rejected slavery by popular vote and vowed to fight on the side of the Union. Though ideological division with neighboring Missouri, a slave state, had led to a violent conflict in previous years and persisted for the duration of the war.
Oh, okay.
That is very interesting. That they were a very pro-union, slave-hating state, like slavery hating.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The city's first census in 1860 had the population at 2,616. The highest was in 1910 with 16,429 people, and in 2020 has a population of 10,885, with it projected to have decreased a little bit since 2020. It is a slowly shrinking city.
Oh,
With a town this old, it's bound to have many fanciful tales, and that's what you're here for. So, you ready to get into it then?
I sure am.
All right, so this city has plenty of ghost stories. This place actually has multiple websites out there that list the most haunted places in it, because this is considered the most haunted town in Kansas and with the most haunted houses in Kansas, too.
Hmm.
This place has an insane amount of haunted attractions at it. If we're ever in Kansas, we gotta stop here and check out at least one or two of these places because there's multiple you can check out publicly.
I want to go to Kansas so that when we leave Kansas, I can say, Frank, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Just for that reason, you want to go to Kansas?
Yeah, might as well check out this town while we're there, though, too.
Well, it's on the border, so you can go in and then say your line afterwards.
On the border of what? Like, what
Uh,
other states?
I think it's Tennessee that borders Kansas.
Ooh, love me some Tennessee.
You know what? I'm not good at that part of geography of the U.S. Oh no, I was very wrong actually on this. So actually, Kansas geography, Kansas is east of Colorado, north of Oklahoma, west of Missouri, and south of Nebraska.
I love that I just took your word for it that it was close to Tennessee. That really shows you how little I know about geography.
Missouri is in between them. So Missouri is right in between.
Well, Missouri stands for misery, so I don't know that I want to be there.
Fair enough. But yeah, that is where Kansas is. So, but it's on the opposite side of Colorado, sadly, which I want to go there. Also, part of the reason I did this episode is I don't think we have anything taking place in Kansas yet till now.
Yeah, not that I know of.
And now we're in Kansas episode 1, which we can probably revisit this town because there's a lot of places I didn't cover because there's so much in this.
Okay, I like that.
So,
Maybe
this,
like a palate cleanser episode.
yeah. So let's start out with the most infamous of everything there. The famous one. The one that has had Ghost Adventures and BuzzFeed Unsolved there twice, along with various other shows. The Sally House. That's the one we watched today on BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Right.
The Sally House was built in the late 1800s. It was commissioned by the Finney family. This would be home of Dr. Charles Finney. It is claimed he practiced medicine here from his house and basement and used the basement as an examination room. This is, however, up in the air, as no concrete evidence has been found to bolster this claim. As with many haunted places, we have heavy hearsay. From what I was reading, they don't know if the actual floor plan of this house could support these claims.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yep. So now you must be asking, who's Sally? How do we get from Dr. Charles Finney and the Finney family to Sally?
Who's Sally?
I'm glad you asked.
Does she sell seashells down by the seashore?
Seashells down by the seashore.
Yeah. I messed
Sally
it up as soon as I started
Sally
talking.
does not sell seashells by the
You messed
seashore.
it up too. You said seashells.
I hate that one. Sally does not sell seashells by the seashore.
Down by the seashore.
Seashells.
She shed. Sally sells
She sheds that.
seashells down by the seashore in her she shed. Anyway,
What
sorry.
makes the shed a she shed instead of a he shed?
Because it's decorated the way that she wants it to be. I don't know. Have you heard of that term?
A she shed?
Yeah.
No.
You know how they have like dens for men?
Yeah.
Like it's like that but for girls.
The opposite of a man cave?
Yeah, kind of. It's just a she shed.
God, that's just. Okay, the more I
At
know.
least I think that's what it's like.
Watch it be something entirely different and us being too innocent to realize.
That's so fair.
That's so us.
That is.
So back on this. Well, Sally is claimed to be the spirit of a young girl.
Aww.
It is said that her mother brought her to the house for an emergency surgery due to severe abdominal pain. Dr. Finney administered anesthesia because he believed she was having appendicitis
Mm.
that needed urgently addressed. Well, the anesthesia did not kick in yet. He began his first incision. She ended up dying while screaming and bleeding out, watching as he made incisions into her.
Holy shit.
But here's, and it's claimed her spirit still haunts to this day. And I'm just going to cut into this because I forgot, I didn't know where to fit this into the script. It's, there's no real good evidence to support this, is the problem.
That she died there? Or that she's still
She
there?
existed, and that if she existed, that she died there.
So there's no evidence to support that she was even actually a person.
Yeah, and that's one
Oh.
of the tough things. Because it's like one of those things where it's claimed that this might have been made up by the mayor at the time, like decades later, to try and revitalize tourism and whatnot,
That's fair.
which is always hard to find. Because, like, for example, hate me for this all you want. If you guys hear, for people listening, the Winchester Mystery House is not a mystery house. It's easily explained, and I forget her first name, but the widow Winchester was not crazy.
Is it Sarah?
I think, yeah, Sarah Winchester was not crazy. There's
Yeah.
no paranormal, like, crazy things behind that. It's just a bunch of things that people made to boost tourism. Did you know that?
I knew that there wasn't this like fantastical story of her um like trying to get what is it? The ghosts of the people killed by Winchester rifles, like to not be able to get her by
Yeah.
building all these staircases to nowhere, but
You know why there's staircases nowhere in the house makes a little sense?
No.
An earthquake took down like half the house,
No.
and so they had to like close off those sections. Like half the house like just came down, so it now ends to a dead end rather than rebuilding that part of the house.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know if
like
I believe that.
that that's fact.
Okay.
That's like documented fact compared to the other stuff.
Okay.
She was also like like she liked to experiment in architecture, and that's why she made some things a bit different here and there. But then what happened was she like came out against somebody who was in office because they were like a piece of shit, and so the guy started spreading claims about her being crazy and whatnot because of that. She girl bossed too close to the sun, so a man decided to take her down a few pegs.
Yeah. Bullshit.
That's like actually that part's documented in history well. You just have to look for it. The part of her being crazy is not documented.
Yeah. Well, I don't like the word crazy anyway.
But all right, back on the Sally house. Many former tenants and others have claimed paranormal happenings, particularly men. Men have claimed to being scratched so much that they end up bleeding. Sally is also called the man hating ghost, but it is believed that it may be linked to how the last one of the last things she saw was a man operating on her, and what she presumed he was killing her instead of trying to save her.
Oh, that's so devastating.
Or it's also claimed by a psychic that it might be a different ghost.
Really?
Yeah, I'll get into that, but on the reported happenings inside the house are electronics malfunctioning without explanation, batteries being drained almost instantly, objects in the house moving without explanation, unexplained scratching and bruising and other physical touching, coldness that can't be explained, a dog refusing to enter the nursery even.
Hmm.
The hauntings had been happening for a while, but ramped up in 1993 when a young couple, their dog, and their baby rented the house and moved in. It didn't take long for mysterious happenings to go about. Fires would break out throughout the house without explanation. The husband would be scratched and hit by an unknown force. When he got by some objects, they would move without any actual person moving them, and the basement would be unexplainably cold. The family consulted with a psychic who informed them that there were actually two spirits in the house. There is Sally, who was actually genuinely a nice spirit according to the psychic, who was not doing any of the malevolent happenings. And then there was an unknown woman in her 30s who was the violent one. And it got to the point where the dog wouldn't even enter the nursery, hence what I said earlier about a dog reacting to the nursery. I believe there are
Wow.
figures seen in the nursery from windows.
That's crazy.
And eventually, after the husband was almost knocked off the second floor, which could have killed him, they moved out. The house has hosted many investigators over the year, including both Ghost Adventures and BuzzFeed Unsolved, twice, as I said earlier, which we watched one of those episodes.
Ed and Lorraine Warren, were they ever there?
I don't think so. Now, this place, you can take day tours there and even stay overnight if you truly dare. Would you like to stay the night there, Sage?
Um,
There's a right answer to this.
sure.
Yeah, I would like to too. Now, on the BuzzFeed Unsolved episode, there are talks about there being a demon, about there being a pentagram found at some point, and I just couldn't find much support for that online when I was looking, so I don't know where their sources. There is a whole book on this house. I don't own the book, so it could be in there. Do you want to go over some of the other haunted places in Atchison?
Yeah. So
Because
that's what you had for the Sally House?
yeah, and
Makes
there,
sense that you didn't think you could get a full episode on it.
yeah. I mean, we're only 25 minutes in. I had a lot of filler of dumb shit to talk about beforehand too. So we're actually
As
going.
we normally do.
Yeah, we're going to go to Atchison Street now. This is a main street in the town, named after a town, obviously, and it has its own paranormal happenings. This is a street that goes down a hill towards the Missouri River. A long time ago, a woman riding in a horse and buggy had a terrible accident happen on this street. Her buggy became detached from the horses and went into the river, killing her. Since then, some men claim to hear a woman calling for them to join her down there when they walk along the riverbank.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's really sad.
yeah. A lot of death in this episode.
Yeah.
So that's the haunting on Atchison Street.
So what does she know? Like that's all it is. She just in a way
Yeah.
is calling to them.
Yep.
What do they think? Like, do they think there's a reason why it's just to men?
No idea.
Hmm.
Men are down bad. So now we're going to go to 1322 Maple Street. And this is one that I only found it because I found the website of it. I didn't find it on many of the lists. There's a house on 1322 Maple Street. This house stands where an old cemetery was before, and that cemetery was moved at one point. When it was moved, there were 600 bodies that were originally there. But by the end, 100 of the bodies could not be accounted for, presumably left on the original land.
Wow.
Later, the house would be built there, and claims of hauntings would come. It appears to be heavily monetized now, though.
Ugh.
Finding from the website, which will be linked in here because it's in source. It's also known as the Kansas Demon House. The last Demon House I thought was a load of bullshit. The Amon's Haunting, which I do reference in here.
So another one.
Maybe.
Everybody's got a demonic house.
Oh, in this town, everybody has a haunted house, basically, with some gimmick to it. A lot of them have things where you can stay the night.
I could see like towns. Well, I guess
This is like the town to
city
go.
of
Well, it's,
Gettysburg. Like Gettysburg has so much history to it that like
yeah,
it makes sense that almost every place down there is haunted.
yeah.
What's this place like have other than this shit the
Dead
senator
people.
was trying? Yeah, like
Dead people. That's what it has, and that's what you need for ghosts. But
that's
Atchison,
fair.
Kansas, apparently is a tour like a haunted tourist place.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, and that's it. Seems like that's what they're trying to rely a bunch of the town's industry is. They're trying
Mm.
to like pivot to tourism on
Yeah, I've
paranormal.
never.
Maybe they'll read. Maybe they'll listen to this episode.
Maybe doubtful, but maybe.
Yeah. So this 1322 Maple Street, the Kansas Demon House, even have a haunted doll named Gertie. And from what I could read about Gertie, she's unrelated to the house and was just brought there. So I didn't feel like going into further information on Gertie.
A doll?
Yep. But from somewhere else brought to the house.
Stop fucking with dolls, people. All right.
This ain't even the only haunted doll we'll mention in this episode.
Oh my god. How many haunted dolls can there be there?
Let's see. There's Annabelle. There's, I guess, Gertie now. There's Robert the doll.
Yeah, Robert and Annabelle.
I,
They scared the
I
shit
don't,
out of
I
me.
don't put much stock into Annabelle. Robert is the one I put more stock into.
I put stock in Annabelle, but anyway, continue.
Did you hear she got purchased recently?
Yeah. Alright, go ahead.
So we're going to move into the next place because in the town of Atchison, there's like, from what I can tell, three big haunted places. The Sally House, and I won't go over the next two and the next two ones. Next is the 1889 McIntyre Villa. I think that's how you say it.
Can you spell it?
MC capital INTEER. McIntyre?
Well, it's Teer.
INTEER.
I was gonna say, usually I've heard of McIntyre.
It could be
McIntyre,
McIntyre,
okay.
McIntyre, because sometimes MC is pronounced Mac.
Yeah, I know. I'm Irish.
So I'm going to guess McIntyre? McIntyre?
Yeah, it
No,
could be McIntyre.
I didn't listen anywhere where it said it.
It's
So,
so hard to pronounce names sometimes.
yeah. So we're going to be venturing here. It was built by John McIntyre, an Irish immigrant in 18... Yes, McIntyre, I guess. I gotta be consistent with what I'm saying. An Irish immigrant in 1889. This place is a beautiful looking mansion. Like it's a mansion by the looks of it.
Oh wow.
So he was a successful businessman and lived in the house until he and his wife. I don't know why I put sorry with him and his wife, but his wife passed away there in 1892.
Aw.
Then John remarried in 1985 to Anna.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Wife died in 1982
Sorry,
or 18.
1892 she died. The first one, 1895.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I mixed up the dates.
That's okay. I was like 85. So he
Sorry,
remarried 7 years before she died.
in 1895 to Anne Conlon. In 1890, yeah, so that was 1895. I wrote 1895 and 1985 both in the same sentence, so I duplicated myself by accident.
Okay.
She was a widow with three children. John would pass away in 1902,
So
leaving
literally only a couple years after they got married.
7 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 7 years of hopefully a happy marriage. His wife would continue to live there with her kids, and then more of her relatives would move in,
So he didn't have any kids with his
to
first
my
wife?
knowledge now.
Okay.
Eventually, she died in 1916. In between, I believe, 1911 and 1925. I forget the start date, but 1925 is the final date. It was occupied by her brother's family. He was Judge Charles G. Conlin.
Okay.
So he was a lawyer and then eventually a judge. So somebody like it's not like basically this wife because at first when I read it, I was like his wife married him, he died, and then she just brought in her whole entire family here. But it's not like I don't know. It seemed a bit trashy to me. It almost thought of.
Did
But seeing that her brother, who eventually took over the house, was like the judge of the area, it doesn't seem like that.
no, I think it just sounds like one, I mean your husband just died.
Yeah,
Like having company of others makes sense. And it doesn't sound like the family is a bunch of like drifters who
yeah. It's like actually like
suck.
successful, like well
Yeah.
respected people of the community.
And like not a cheap time to live.
Yep. So, back on this, he would uh, be there until 1925, and at some point the building became a rooming house. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, individual rooms being used.
I had to look that up.
We have one in our neighborhood.
I know, because that is that on the end of our street.
No, it's that. It's up by the gas station.
Okay, I do know where another one is too, because we passed it before, because that's where we saw the dog Bella.
Uh-huh.
So there's some of those here, yeah. I just never heard the term rooming house.
Yeah, it's like
So
usually they're rented, I think like week by week or month by month.
okay, so it's a multi-tenant house, in case you guys are wondering, but it was that for 25 years. In the history of this house, there have been 9 total deaths. One of them was a suicide.
Oh.
In recent history, the house has been host to reports of various paranormal happenings. Some of them include the following. I did a law list in this episode. Lights flickering, figures seen in windows from outside with no one in the house, disembodied footsteps similar to that of the Amos hauntings, ghostly scents like cigarettes and women's perfume.
Sense is always so interesting to me.
Yeah. Piano on the first floor playing on its own. Sounds of babies crying.
Oh, that's freaky.
Mysterious figures like a shadow figure that growls at others, and ghostly children running about.
Okay, there's nothing scarier to me. Like I don't obviously like, your big scary ghostly shadow figures and things like that. But it is so terrifying to like hear children's laughter or like crying when there's no children about. Like to me, there's just something so eerie about one because there's probably something really tragic that happened. Two, demons like to play tricks on you and do that kind of stuff, so lower your guard. And three, it's just creepy.
Yeah, it's I don't like it.
Neither do I.
Back to the list, we got EVPs. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Electronic voice phenomenon. Objects moving on their own. There's a supposed haunted marionette doll on the second floor that is from the 1800s. There's your second haunted doll.
Marionette dolls or just haunted in general. They're
With
so
it,
creepy.
yeah, with their strings on them.
Yeah, there was a episode of I think it was Criminal Minds. It was either Criminal Minds or no, it was Criminal Minds, I think. Where no, it might have
The
been
killer
both.
is making people into marionettes. I
Yeah.
think I saw a clip of that. That's really fucked up.
It was either Bones or Criminal Minds, I can't I think it was
But I know which one you're talking about.
Criminal Minds.
Back to the list again. Doors moving on their own. On their. Sorry. It's supposed to say doors moving on their own, but I actually wrote doors moving on their home.
They're just moving their location within the house.
You know what? The housing market is rough, and doors are moving, so you gotta be cool with them. But this for all my phasmophobia homies out there, this is some pretty Ure behavior if I've ever seen it.
Is that UREI?
Yure, yeah. And then what else do I have here? Many claim to feel that they are being watched on the second floor. like that eerie feeling that somebody's watching you.
I hate that.
And possibly one of the creepiest is that there's a rocking chair that a former resident died in
No,
will rock on its own.
no.
That would be a big ol' hell nah from me.
Did you write that in your script?
Yes.
I love that because we're both on the same page. Absolutely
Look,
fucking
if
not.
I'm there and the chair just starts rocking, I'm like getting the fuck out of there.
Oh yeah, no. Like my ass is grass. Like I'm fucking out.
Yeah, no, fucking rocking chairs are creepy for that reason in a haunted place. Like whenever I'm playing
Ugh.
back to Phasmophobia on Tanglewood, there's a rocking chair in the basement, and if the ghost is down there, it can rock the chair.
It's
And I
terrifying.
hate when the ghost rocks the chair because I'm like, no, no,
Well,
get it, get the fuck away from
but
me.
I think too, like when you think of like a rocking chair in a place like that, I like, and this is, I don't know what this says about me, but I'm always thinking of like a older Southern man, like smoking a cigar, and he's got like a freaking rifle or some shotgun next to him, and he's just waiting for you to like make a move that's wrong or something. Like
I don't associate at all with that, but
my brain
you do
immediately
you.
goes to whoever is sitting in that chair wants me dead.
Jeez,
But if
you and rocking chairs do not have a good history, I guess.
the just specifically wooden ones, like the ones outside Cracker Barrels, but um I think it was the Woman in Black with Daniel Radcliffe. There's a scene where there's a chair that's rocking. Terrifying.
Imagine you're at a Cracker Barrel at night and all the chairs just start rocking on their own.
Don't even put that into the
Haunted Cracker Barrel, that'd be
atmosphere.
cool.
Someone should write a book.
The Haunted Cracker Barrel book.
But they can't call it Cracker Barrel, so they call it like
Barrel of crack.
white person container.
Wait. What's their name for crackers?
White people.
Not that rich.
That was probably racist.
Salt,
What's this?
saltine drum. Totally not Cracker Barrel. They're saltines and they're in a drum.
It's like Cracker Barrel, a country store, a country.
Saltine state store. A saltine drum state store.
I'm trying to see
It's not country, it's a state.
what is the Cracker Barrel.
Full name?
Yeah,
What's the full government name
old
of
country store. So
what's
Cracker
Cracker
Barrel
Barrel's government name?
is Cracker Barrel Old Country Store.
Damn, you just used their whole government name on them.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's hilarious.
So so it would be Saltine Drum New State Store. No, New State Shop.
No, it'd be like saltine drum. What's another word for old? Elderly.
Elderly
uh,
Elderly State. Or no, Elderly Nation Shop.
yeah.
Saltine Drum Elderly Nations.
Could you jump into like I'm thinking
Shop.
of the book you read, horror store.
Yeah, that one it did reference
IKEA.
IKEA in the book. It's like, yeah, we work at I forget the name of the store. It's a knockoff of IKEA. Quite frankly, we make shittier products than IKEA, and we try and be IKEA, and our stuff breaks.
Hmm. Okay.
So IKEA wasn't referenced in that book.
I don't know if you could reference. Anyway, continue. Sorry for the tangent, everybody.
We had to find alternatives at Cracker Barrel. So yeah, creepy rocking wooden chair.
Ew.
This house has hosted many investigators as well, and maybe it could host you too. Similar to this
You
Sally
included a
house.
band? I'm just
Sure.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Similar to the Sally House, they offer both day and overnight stays for those brave enough to spend the night with some haunting spirits. Would you want to spend the night?
No, fuck no. The rocking chair
So,
that moves on its own. Fuck that.
so you prefer the Sally House over this by the sound?
Right? Yeah.
The rocking chair's the okay. So that's
I
where we
drive
draw the
along
line.
chairs that rock on their own.
Okay, chairs rocking on their own.
Yeah.
No.
No, thank you.
So now we're going to go to. I almost read this as Jurassic Park. For some reason. We didn't now move on to not from a park. Sorry, I can't words. Now we move not to a house or a street, but to a park. To Jackson Park, which I accidentally read as Jurassic Park. This is located in Atchison and has some mysterious and unclear hauntings. This is the largest park in Atchison. People report a ghostly girl named Molly there, calling the area of trees there Molly's Hollow. There's conflicting tales on the backstory of Molly's Hollow, which I don't really put much stake into haunting stories whenever they're this different. but some say Molly was a girl who fell to her death there. Another more popular story is that Molly was a beautiful black girl who was dating a white boy. That angered many in the area due to their shitty racist beliefs. Made sure to call them shitty. They ended up lynching her due to this on one of the trees there, marking Molly's Hollow. No evidence to back this up, because then the next is a third story that it was actually a white girl who, after prom, didn't go the full way with her boyfriend who wanted to go the full way. So he took her to the park, killed her, and hanged her there.
Literally, fuck that guy, and I hope he's rotting in hell.
Yeah. All these stories are generally terrible. I would not wish this upon anybody.
Yeah, that's devastating.
Now, some of the paranormal happenings are the following: hearing ghostly screams and pleading from a woman around the woods where it's claimed that Molly was hanged, seeing a full body apparition of a woman either standing or hanging from the tree. That would be creepy as fuck to see an apparition of somebody hanging. Is that worse or better than the rocking chair?
Um, mm, no, the rocking chair still gets me.
Alright, so that's still your line in the sand. And then feeling a sense of dread and sadness in the area. This place is one of the most famous in Atchison. The three biggest haunted places actually being Sally House, 1889, McIntyre, or whatever, Villa, and Molly's Hollow. Those are your three main places in Atchison for hauntings that people talk about. And there are plenty more to go. So you want me to continue talking about some of these then?
Yeah.
All right. This is a newer one, and we're going to be going to a theater this time. The
Ooh, creepy
The
theaters.
Green Man Theater is a newer community theater, very recent. It used to be a 120-year-old church until it was sold and renovated by the new owner, Charles Prokop.
Okay.
The new owner claims a poltergeist haunts the building. He reported items moving and going missing for long periods of time while renovating the place, only to appear in random places later.
Hmm.
And from what I can tell, he's like the main claimer of all this. Like other places, people can now book overnight investigations there through him, and he lives on the premise too.
Oh.
I don't know how much they take into this one because it's very new.
Yeah. Because was there any suspicion that before that the church was haunted?
Not from what I could find.
Hmm. So maybe he's just using.
Unless it was under something else before I.
Yeah.
I don't know which church it was before. Yeah. So now, following that, we're going to be going to the old Santa Fe Depot. This is an old freight depot built in 1880, and Atlas is walking by so you can probably hear him. It has been updated to be a visitor center, museum, and holds the office of the local Chamber of Commerce. Here, they have a ghost with an interesting name, Hangman Bill.
Hmm.
So he was a railroad railroad worker who used to hang from cables and play pranks.
Good boy, Atlas.
And his pranks included like hanging from the cables and whatnot. And those pranks eventually got him killed. A cable snapped, and he was killed by the freight cargo landing on him and burying him.
Whoa.
Today, people in the building will hear footsteps above them, like someone walking along the second floor. However, there is no second floor.
Did there used to be?
No, but that's where he used to walk up to hang on the cables.
Okay.
And now we go on to another, probably outside the top three famous ones, this is the next most famous. The Gargoyle House, also known
Ooh.
as the Wagner House, because that's who made it. So this is another haunted house, and most of this stuff is going to be back to houses. Built between 1884 and 1885, this house was for B.P. Wagner, a lawyer and politician. The house is quite notable for the gargoyles that adorn the top of the house. It's like a large mansion with gargoyles on it, so obviously creepy. and these were meant to typically ward off evil spirits. And some legends claim that Wagner was afraid of evil spirits and had them installed to ward them off, while others claim he got his riches from a deal with the devil. And the gargoyles were part of his pact to honor his deal with the devil.
Whoa.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
I don't know that anyone should ever.
Make a deal with the devil?
Yeah.
But that's what some claim. And maybe there are other causes too, because B.P. Wagner and his wife Emma experienced multiple tragedies with their children, losing a 4-year-old to
Oh,
pneumonia, a baby shortly after birth, and another kid to type 1 diabetes at 11 years old.
oh my god. You
So
put that in the trigger warning, right?
I forget if I put child death in there.
Okay.
I
Well,
put death.
I know, but child death is specific.
Okay, I'll put it in the show notes. Whoops.
Okay.
Whoops, people, if I didn't put that in earlier. The house would eventually go to other owners. The next owner would be one who would try to remove the gargoyles, but fell down the staircase in the house and died from his injuries. No one else has tried to do that since. Sorry about Atlas in the background. He is being a little goober now.
Yeah, he slept for a while and decided that he was done.
Yeah. So the first person to own it after them tried to remove the gargoyles and died, and no one else has tried since.
Wow. I wouldn't want to if, the possibility of me dying. So,
Yeah. This house does have an interesting distinction from the other house, and also sorry if you hear chewing in the background. Atlas is now awake and hungry.
yeah, and with our new sound system, we're trying to figure out a little bit of how to block out some of that background noise, and so we might not have been able to do that, which means you might hear his tag the clanging or his little bit of munching. So apologies for that, and we'll try to see what we can do to figure it out for next time.
Yeah, but back on this house, the Gargoyle House is a bit different than the last ones we talked about, as it is still a private residence. So you cannot go there. It's not open to the public.
Okay.
Now,
Okay, don't go there. Do not show up at that house.
yeah. Next is the Riverview House. Another house said to be haunted is this place. This house was purchased by its current owners and came with a bonus. It was fully furnished.
Ooh, is there another rocking chair?
Nope,
Oh,
that furnishing included many paintings. And the family removed some of the paintings and put them in the basement, wrapped up and nice and careful.
bad idea.
Next day, they found the paintings put back to their original places.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are also a few other reports from this house. The TV and stereo turning on at loud volumes on their own when no one is in the room. A resident called for their dog, and instead, an elderly lady in a shroud came to the room. The elderly woman then smoothed the spot on the bed and went to sit. The resident then ran out screaming,
Ugh.
slamming attic door, and luggage and other items moving, such as luggage has tumbled down the stairs with no apparent cause or been moved around after being placed down. Now, like the past house, this is also a private residence. And then we have,
Again, do not show up to private residences just because we're talking about them.
yeah, and this next one I don't know if private or not. But lastly, we have the Dilgert house. This is a house reportedly haunted by the daughter of the original owner. The original owner was Adam Dilgert. His daughter, Frances Dilgert, passed away at 22 years old from double pneumonia.
Oh, so both lungs, I'm assuming then?
Yeah. Some of the reported paranormal occurrences are the following: Frances Dilgert being seen throughout the house. She specifically is seen often in the kitchen where she did spend a lot of time when she was living. Shadowy figures in the house, random cold spots, disembodied footsteps on the staircase, and doors opening and closing in conjunction with cold spots in the area. What's he doing?
I'm scratching the inside of his leg and he's just lifting his leg. Like, oh my god. That's hilarious. Sorry.
And now, I don't know if this house is private or not, but that is the 10 places I wanted to cover on
Wow. That is a
Atchison,
lot of
Kansas.
places. And you said there's more?
There's a local college here that has plenty too that I could probably do on a short mini episode, and maybe some other places. Or a part two on this. Who knows? But Atchison has a lot. They even have a haunted trolley tour of the area that I believe runs in September and
Ooh,
October
that
that
sounds
stops at
fun.
places and tells you the story of these. But the haunted trolley tour is widely talked about on various pages I was looking at if you want to get a tour of all the various haunted places because apparently this town is that haunted. See, that's something I think would be cool to check out.
Oh yeah, if I didn't get sick on it, I would love a trolley tour.
Well, it's like a bus almost, but I think you could deal with it.
Yeah, hopefully I'm at a place where I can.
But yeah,
I get car sick very easily.
so that is the hauntings of Atchison. In conclusion, Atchison is a old city with many old bones to it and many buried stories of hauntings and tragedy and death. Are these places truly haunted, or are they all just part of a boost to tourism in the town? Is it a boost in tourism, or is it actually haunted? That's for you to decide. But Sage, you mind if I go over some out of tens on some of these places?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 1 through 10 on each of these 10 places. So first we have the Sally House. Okay,
Okay.
let's see, what should be the scale be here? How many man hating ghosts out of 10 do you rate the Sally House from what I told you?
What is 10?
Very believable. 10's always very believable.
7?
I'm going to put it at 4.5 man hating ghosts out of 10 at the Sally House.
Okay.
Atchison Street. So this is the buggy that went on. How many horse and buggies out of 10 do you rate this one?
3.
I'll concur with the 3 horse and buggies out of 10. The 1322 Maple Street. How many haunted dolls named Gertie out of 10 do you rate this one? This is
Hmm.
also the Kansas Demon House that's heavily monetized.
1.
I'm going to also go with your. Actually, no, I'm going to go with a 2 Haunted Gertie dolls out of 10. Now there's the McIntyre Villa. So let me make this one. How many ghostly rocking chairs out of 10?
10. Fuck a place with rocking chairs that rock on their own.
I'm going to put that one at 8 out of 10. Rocking chairs out of 10.
Disgusting.
How many Jurassic Parks out of 10 for the Jackson Park Molly's Hollow?
3.
Yeah, I'm going to put that one at 3. Actually, no, I'm going to put it at 2. Just because of the conflicting stories. I did see a picture of it, and it was just somebody said it was the apparition, but it's obviously a bug flying by real fast.
It sucks when you can easily point stuff out.
I know. The Green Man Theater. How many missing tools out of 10 do you rate this one? This is the one that's newer.
2.
I'm going to go with 2 as well. Missing tools out of 10. We're almost done. The Santa Fe Depot. How many snapped cables out of 10 do you rank this one?
4.
I'm going to go 6. The Gargoyle House. How many gargoyles out of 10 do you rate the Gargoyle House?
7.
7 as well for me. We know each other too well. The Riverview House. How many paintings out of 10 do you rate this one?
Maybe a 5.
I'm going to go 6 paintings out of 10. And then lastly, the Dilger House. How many cold spots out of 10 do you rate this one?
4.
I'm going with 5.
Okay. We're
So
pretty
what do you
close.
think overall of the Ghosts of Atchison?
But it definitely sounds like there's some that are more on like the monetization, money making side. And then it does sound like there's some that have some like real depth to them.
Yeah. And this is only
Yeah.
10 places I covered. I could go well over 10.
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear what some other places are.
I'll have to go over it later.
Yeah.
And it looks like Atlas really wants us to be finished up here.
Yep.
Overall, I think this is a really interesting place. I think we definitely need to revisit it, and I think Atlas needs to calm down.
You make my eye twitch.
Now, I think it's time for me to sound us off here. Are you good with that too?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Atlas, what do you think? Or are you just going to keep chewing your crepe?
He's
This
giving it a
just
10 out
in.
of 10 chew.
He's going to keep chewing. Atlas, don't make me send you to here, because dogs bark at stuff here and they don't like it.
Well, he barks at anything anyway.
Fair enough. He wouldn't go. These places might scare him too much. The usual spiel. Check us out on our socials, our Instagram, and our Blue Sky that I don't use, and our TikTok that I don't use, but hope to use soon. And then on whatever you're listening to us on, like, comment, rate, review, subscribe. Every little bit helps us. We truly appreciate every time you guys do any of that. If you guys can please keep that up, we like all of it. And let your friends, family, the person you may or may not babysit, your coworker that you don't like.
Babysit might be a little stretch.
Fair enough. But your coworker you may or may not like, just keep letting them know about our podcast. I greatly appreciate any support that you guys give us.
Yeah, me too.
And if you guys start leaving 5-star reviews on Apple, I might need to start reading them. Making an incentive. Now, with that being said, also check out Puppy Source if you want the cool art. But with that being said, I think it's time to sign us off.
Yep.
And remember,
To look for
the unknown,
the unsolved,
and the unseen.
Thanks for listening.
Bye, guys.
Do not sit in a self-rocking
And
rocking
we'll
chair.
see you guys at the Saltine Drum Elderly
Nation
Shop. Yeah. So bye, guys.